You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound, you could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for Virgo concerning August 2026, whatever they need to know right now. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the collective negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. So let me just try to get one more. Just one more, please, spirit guides. I don't want like 4 more. Let me just go ahead and take transformation because it almost came all the way out. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have safe travel. Someone who drives for work could be significant. Maybe even a long distance relationship could be significant. But also that's kind of like world card energy or wheel of fortune energy, which does ultimately represent like choosing your own path. And when it comes to the world card, because it has the 4 faces of the fixed signs, it always reminds me of the cherubim, because in the Bible it says that the cherubim have 4 heads: the lion, the human looking face, the humanoid face, the cow, and the eagle. And when you look in the Wheel of Fortune in the world, it has all the fixed signs. It has the lion for Leo, it has the bull for Taurus, which is kind of like the step in for the cow. Eagles are sometimes what Scorpios are represented by, because Scorpios are known for intense stares, but you know, obviously they're the scorpion. So the eagle represents Scorpio, and the human represents Aquarius in the Wheel of Fortune in the world, because a lot of people think Aquarius is a water sign, but it's actually an air sign, because it's literally just like a person, the water bearer. So they're in the air, but they're pouring water. So for sacred symbols and oracles, we have past life, we have soulmate. This wanted to come out in your 30 minutes, so I know that it's probably connected to the 30-minute money reading that I just did, so I might put that on the end screen. We have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, but fire is also just about passion. Sometimes it could be about anger too, or strong emotions. And then we have transformation here with the butterfly. Some of you could even be dealing with a Scorpio, or you have Scorpio or Sag in your chart. I feel like some of you, your person might be a Sag. And the reason why I say that is because I'm just feeling it. But also Sag is in Virgo's square. So whenever you're having a soul tie with a difficult person, sometimes it is someone who's in your square, which is usually your same modality group and people who you don't really get along well with. But it can't get any more clearer than this. This is obviously going to be about a love interest from your past. And there's a reason why I only leave the comments for people who have subscribed to me for 1 day, is because I'm trying to filter out the energies that comment on my channel. A lot of people, I see it all the time on my channel and other tarot reader channels, they watch readings about a past person, and most of the time it'll say it in the title, and they'll say that they don't want the past person. Well, I'm letting you know right now, past life and soulmate, it can't get any clearer than that. So this is going to be talking about someone from your past, okay? And it says fire, so if you think they don't have feelings for you, you're wrong. And it says transformation, so if you feel like this person is just so irreconcilable and they can't be saved and they'll never change, hate to break it to you, but you're wrong. And we're not going to romanticize people who have dark triad personality traits, but I used to be a hot mess before I stepped in my North Node. I've changed, so I believe that, you know, my person can change too. And there's a reason why these readings come out for me to deliver, because I can relate to things that I've lived in my own life. I have a Virgo moon, and a lot of times Virgos could be sarcastic. sarcastic and straightforward, so maybe that's why I feel like I need to be straightforward right now. But I know whoever's meant to see this will see this. So I'm going to try to get 7 to 8 physical feature cards. There are other ways that you can tell that this is your reading, but these are going to be the most prominent, okay? So we have freckles here at the bottom of the deck. Someone who has freckles could be significant. I also feel like this person could be mulatto too, so I don't know if that resonates with someone. But we have straight hair. We have Black/African American. We have age range 57 to 76. This is also my Barber Cosmo. One of my Barber Cosmo cards. The Emperor came out in the reverse in the 30-minute money reading, and this is kind of like Emperor energy here. Okay, we have West Indian, or someone who has locks could be significant. We have dark skin tone. We have Latin. I do feel like interracial relationships might resonate with someone for this one. And then we also have glowing skin. So someone who works in the beauty industry could be significant. I feel like, you know, a barber, a cosmo, or esthetician could be significant. I have a barber license, and I'm about to get my phlebotomy license. So I just keep on picking up on people who have similar occupations or fields of study. But I can't control it. It just comes out in all of the readings. So now I'm gonna use the scrying tiles. This will show first, last names, nicknames, what you've recently eaten or what you plan on eating today can come out in the tiles. Your occupation/field of work or study, and sometimes the exact company that you work for can come out. Any quirky signs or clues that will let you know that this is your reading, inside jokes that you can have with the universe. Okay, I do see wax in here, so yeah, someone who's definitely an esthetician could be significant. The first word that I saw was AFAB, and that is an abbreviation for assigned female at birth. And I talked about in the 30-minute how AFAB energy could be cisgendered women, it could be gender nonconforming feminines like me, non-binary. AFAB could also represent transmasculine energy. And believe it or not, transmasculine energy actually comes out a lot in my readings. I know for people who don't resonate with that, or people who are not queer, it's a marginalized representation to them, but it comes out very common for me. I see that someone's name could be Zach. SF is in here, so someone could be from San Francisco. I also see CarMax. I don't know if someone's trading in a car or they're trying to get a car. Someone's name could be Asia. I was trying to see if family is in here, just fam. Okay, I see jerk in here. So this could resonate with someone who's West Indian, because West Indian isn't here. So like I said, sometimes what you've recently eaten or what you plan on eating today will come out. So if you're West Indian and you ate some jerk chicken today, that's how you can know that this is your reading. I also see Africa. So this is definitely going to resonate with some Black people. Okay, I feel like there might actually be a lot in here. I'm just not really seeing too much. I see the name Mike. Texas isn't in here again. Ezra. Okay, fax is in here too, so someone can have an office job, or because I see CarMax, because I see fax, some of you are definitely you've been very busy and you're doing a lot of adulting stuff. But I also see bus and cab, so someone could come from San Francisco, like I said, the Bay Area, New York, or just somewhere like a highly populated city, and where you don't really need to have a license, you know, to get around. But I do feel like with CarMax being in the tile, someone is trying to get a new car. And I think that's all that I'm seeing. That's all that I'm seeing here for now. Someone's name could be Sarah. Someone could be from Utah. I think I already said the name Zach, but someone's name could also be Jack. Yeah, UPS and fax. Someone has to get some paperwork done. I wonder if we're going to see justice or something that could represent legal matters. I'm also hearing that somebody might need a notary for something. Or you might need to ship a package. Some of you could be business owners too, because I just feel like a lot of that kind of sounds like it's things that you do to organize or self-regulate your business. But we have King of Pentacles in the reverse, which is actually a Virgo card. We have Seven of Wands upright. We have the Moon upright. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. What's at the bottom of the deck right now? Four of Cups reverse. So we have Cancer, Virgo, Leo, Pisces, and Libra showing. I'm just going to put my phone down so it won't distract me. I don't know how to feel about this combination yet. Let's just process what already came out. So I have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This could represent greediness, materialism, laziness. Sometimes the King of Pentacles could be a person that gets money, but they get it in a shady way that might be under the table. Sometimes I do get like drug lord energy, or like somebody who runs the streets with King of Pentacles in the reverse, but we're going to clarify everything, you guys. We have Seven of Wands upright, which could represent having boundaries, kind of being standoffish, being angry or defensive about something, frustration, but it could also represent determination on a positive note. The Moon could represent fear, anxiety, what's hidden from you, culmination, release, illumination. And then Four of Swords in the reverse, it could represent someone returning from getting time off or recovering from a sickness. Okay, let's start off with King of Pentacles in the reverse. And this has something to do with a soulmate from your past and a transformation. Honestly, okay, with King of Pentacles in the reverse, sometimes I see King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles as people that like to smoke. We have Four of Swords in the reverse, which I feel like I'm hearing the word overdose, and juice is getting my attention in the tile. So I feel like maybe what someone could be transforming from is like a drinking and smoking problem. But let's just keep on going with the reading, because if that is correct, then I might possibly get more synchronicities or clarity on it. But why is the King of Pentacles in the reverse? The reason why someone could be going to CarMax is because maybe they got a DUI for drinking. And I do see DUI in the tiles too. Page of Pentacles upright, King of Pentacles in the reverse. So does someone have less money than what they're trying to come off as? Or maybe someone has to start all over again because of something? I feel like somebody got into trouble with something and then they had to have some things revoked. Two of Cups upright. King of Pentacles could also be a spouse, and because Two of Cups is a relationship card sometimes, or a partnership card, it could be that someone's going from King of Pentacles reverse to Page of Pentacles upright because, let's say, they got out of a marriage, but now they're open to dating with the Page of Pentacles, because it's kind of like wanting to offer something but not being able to offer much. Why Two of Cups here? The Empress in the reverse. This was just at the bottom of the deck too. So lack of abundance. You know, the Empress could be baby mama stuff, or it could be pregnancy stuff too. I feel like someone's getting out of a commitment, possibly to be in a commitment with you. And I was feeling that way in the 30-minute money reading when I saw Two of Pentacles. But why is the Empress in the reverse here? The Devil in the reverse. Okay. I'm feeling like this is a toxic relationship that this is talking about, but I still want to get more just to make sure that that's what it's talking about. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this might be about someone. They were married to someone who was possibly toxic, like it was a trauma bond. But being that we have Queen of Pentacles upright here, this is not the same person, even though the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles both represent Capricorn. I feel like this is talking about someone wanting to wife you up. And I'm going to assume that this is mostly geared towards feminines, because the 30-minute felt like it was geared towards feminines too. I even see the Hermit here at the bottom of the deck, which is Virgo energy, and it does talk about being alone, isolating to gain some sort of perspective. And being that I feel like someone is newly single, it makes sense that I'm seeing the Hermit. Sometimes as you're doing tarot too, like if you're confused or stumped, you'll find clues or synchronicities, hints at the bottom of the deck. So that lets me know that I'm probably correct with that. But why the Seven of Wands here? Yo, I feel like someone is the King of Pentacles in the reverse, because I feel like they're getting all this paperwork done to finalize the separation. Somebody, maybe they need to change the ownership on their car. I don't know if you need a notary for divorce papers, but I just feel like someone, either they're doing all that for a business or for something that has to do with a divorce or some other legal matter. Okay, we have Five of Cups here in the reverse, which could represent getting over grief or healing from something that was very distressing and taxing on someone's emotions. Temperance in the reverse. I feel like the Seven of Wands and the Temperance in the reverse is the female that they're trying to escape, or they've already escaped. I feel like there's something about her having temperament issues. And this might also be the type of person who, like, if they feel like their man is talking to another person, like they just start hating on that person, even if, let's say, that other person is you. Even if you're a really good person and you don't know anything about that lady, but she just hates you because with the Seven of Wands here, she feels like she still owns this man, and she's mad that, you know, she no longer has her grip on this person. I feel like someone might have been henpecked, or they were with a very controlling feminine. What else about Temperance in the reverse? Am I correct about that theory as well? Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay, Ace of Swords reverse could represent something not being the truth, but also it could represent animosity and hatred triumphing over fear. It could also represent someone who's actually kind of belligerent and maybe even dangerous. So why is Ace of Swords here in the reverse here? Three of Pentacles. I was just about to say it could have something to do with a marriage where two people were not truthful with each other, or they weren't, they had like irreconcilable differences, or they couldn't work together. And I see Three of Pentacles and the Emperor here. So I feel like there's just a masculine that's trying to communicate that they really feel like they chose wrong. So why is the Moon here upright? Okay, there was a lot that just came out. So maybe there's a lot of things that are hidden. Two of Wands upright, Five of Pentacles upright, Eight of Wands upright, and the Emperor upright. I might even make that the thumbnail, because this is just talking about someone. I mean, they were stuck at some point, but I feel like this is an obvious answer on what to do, because they're obviously not happy where they were or where they are right now. They feel like an outcast. Someone feels like a prisoner in their own home. And I feel like with the Eight of Wands here, this is a person, like, to get away from their wife or their baby mama, they would always like say, I'm running to the grocery store, I'm hanging out with the guys, or I got all this adulting stuff that I have to do. And maybe they do, but maybe they also just want to get away from someone. But we do have the Emperor, which was showing at the bottom of the deck. It actually came out. So something about a business owner, or something about a stand-up type of man. I feel like this could be one of those situations where there was like a good man, a divine masculine, but even with his faults, because I feel like this is the same guy that was coming out in the 30-minute, who someone might feel like they feel like they're irreconcilable with this person. I don't think that this Emperor is perfect at in any sort of way, but I do feel like they are more leaning on the divine masculine, distorted masculine side than the distorted masculine side. Yeah, and you know what else? Because this is coming out underneath the Moon, I feel like someone with the Ace of Swords reversed, they kind of had to be sneaky about why they didn't want to be in their house. And I feel like this baby mama, or this ex-wife, or this soon-to-be ex-wife, she found out that this dude was talking to somebody else in the process of finalizing things. And it's becoming like a mess now. So why the Four of Swords in the reverse? The Lovers in the reverse. Someone has stopped meditating over the fact that they just don't feel compatible with anyone anymore. And it's funny because I think the Lovers came out upright in the 30-minute. I also see King of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. So there's something about this masculine. Maybe they're mild-mannered. I actually feel kind of like they've been letting someone run roughshod over them. Like they're used to be a little bit of a pushover, but there's something about this feminine that drives them to insanity, I'm hearing, or drives them to like mirror their behavior of being belligerent and mad and always wanting to fight, which is not a healthy situation for them to be in. So what else about the Lovers in the reverse? Can I get some cards to add more to that, but also let us know what was it about this karmic feminine that made them attracted to them in the first place? Six of Swords in the reverse. Maybe it was just because they were in their south node with transformation here. And when they were with this person, King of Cups showing here at the bottom of the deck, maybe they thought that they loved this person, but this was a person that resonated with the old version of them. And it might have been a situation where this person knew the karmic longer, or they just felt like they had to settle because they didn't really deserve what they wanted. Because notice how we have the Emperor upright, but the Empress is in the reverse. And sometimes reversals are just blockages. What else about this karmic feminine that they're trying to get away from? King of Wands in the reverse, the Chariot upright. They can feel like they're not attracted to them anymore, not just physically, but even energetically. I'm also honestly getting something about them not being fulfilled sexually anymore either, but feeling like they outgrew this person and they just want to move on. And again, something about someone, maybe someone gifted a person a car. I don't want that fly to be around here. Maybe someone gifted someone a car, but they're trying to take the car back in some way, shape, or form. I don't really know how legal stuff works with cars, but I just feel like someone, they want to repossess ownership on a car. I'm gonna get a little bit more tarot because I feel like this masculine, they were kind of entertaining possibly the viewer while they were still with this person. And I'm not judging, but it's not really ethical to do that while you're with someone else. And I'm not judging anyone, but something about this makes me feel like this masculine is doing this because the karmic was cheating. And they were just kind of fighting fire with fire. Actually, because we have the Fire Oracle card, and we have the Two of Wands here, and this is an Aries card, it's fire energy. I'm hearing that someone's choosing between two fires, the fire of someone who makes them rageful, or the fire of someone who ignites their passions. What else do we need to clarify? Was the karmic cheating? Why do I feel that? Okay, Ace of Pentacles upright. I'm not going to take that though. Let me know, with the moon here, is there anything that the karmic is doing that this masculine does not know of? Because I've been feeling like sinister energy ever since the beginning of this reading. Is there anything that the karmic is doing that this masculine is not aware of, or something that they didn't like that they became aware of? Nine of Cups in the reverse. Maybe they're just a selfish person and they don't think about the person who they were probably once married to. And also, Nine of Cups in the reverse could talk about a person who's dissatisfied with their life, just very low vibrational. But again, I'm picking up something about someone drinking too much. Seven of Swords upright. Yeah, she was sneaky. Sneaky, but leaving some evidence behind. For some of you, this could even be a relationship where someone, like, they tried to stay with someone and be faithful, and they told them to get sober or to change their life, and they haven't changed. But I think this transformation is talking about this masculine. Maybe at one point, they were doing the same thing that she was doing. And like I said, it could be that they trauma bonded over something. But I think this masculine is trying to do better. Page of Wands and Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is representing something that someone is doing. Something that someone is doing behind the scenes. Well, Page of Wands could be good news, but people always say that the pages are immature energy. Wheel of Fortune reverse could be bad luck, bad karma. Maybe someone even had a gambling problem, and that's something that I want you to take with a grain of salt too, because sometimes in readings, the energy of people who like to gamble, who will become lucky, comes out, and sometimes the energy is maybe you shouldn't gamble, or maybe you can gamble, but just be more moderate about it. But I feel like someone could have had a gambling problem too, or they were just really bad with money. Wheel of Fortune reverse, Nine of Cups reverse. Maybe the karmic was spending all of this person's money. And because I see King of Swords here up right now, maybe he was trying to calmly ask her about stuff and she wasn't being honest. So I think it's just like a mess where she wasn't being honest, so he decided to have his secrets too. Okay, let's use Emoji Oracle. I don't even know where to begin. Let me actually do Emoji Oracle on you, because I'm mostly getting energy from this man and the person who he's trying to get away with, or the person who he's getting away with. So I want to see, like, where do you fall in this situation? What do you have to say about all of this? I think you got quite a bit of major arcana out here too, so this is kind of like a big thing that is blowing out in your life. Maybe I'm attracted to Moonology too. Maybe I'll use Moonology because I want to see how this goes for you. I really could have stopped there, but I don't know. I'll get a little bit more. So these are your emotions. We have wants to go on a date, dating. I honestly feel like this is going to resonate specifically with people who are kind of like waiting for someone to make the final move. We have white flag, surrender, no expectations, go with the flow. I like that this is coming out though, because it's like you're eager for a certain outcome, but you're not putting too much energy on it, and you know that what's supposed to happen is going to happen. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm hearing the word elope. So for some people, I feel like they're trying to be diplomatic about this whole thing. They're trying to get the paperwork together. But I feel like some people in this situation, they're just fed up and they just want to go away. And they just want to like start a new life with a soulmate, no matter who's going to be talking about it or how messy it's going to be to get to that outcome. But we do have commitment, proposal, marriage. I mean, the tornado card could have came out, and that one talks about divorce. So because I'm seeing King of Pentacles reverse, and then we ultimately ended up with Queen of Pentacles reverse in this far left column, I just feel like someone chose wrong, and now they want to sort of fix that if they can. We have Yan, bored onto the next. So maybe some of you are getting tired waiting for someone to complete this plan or to do what they said they were going to do. But I do think that you do believe that they're serious about it. It's just, this relies a lot on contingency. And speaking of contingency, we have dice, follow your heart, take the chance. So this sounds crazy, and we didn't really see too much about what you're leaving behind, but I definitely feel like this is a type of thing where people really have to like leave things behind and change their whole life to be with this person. And I see soulmates, and I see Two of Cups upright. So it's not like it's talking about something that's toxic. We have blocked, put you on silent. I never really saw this one coming out because I don't think that this is no contact, but we have watching you, wants to see you. Maybe this is the karmic that you had to block, but maybe they're still spying on you. Even though I'm pulling for your emotions, because I'm not feeling anything about a blocked situation. We have dash, left in the dust, fleeing, running away. This is your energy that I pulled for. Okay. We have mind, ego, logic, overthinking. We have lost for words, speechless, silence, skeptical, pondering, questioning. So, okay, in the thumbnail, you're going to see two different rows. So the one that ended with the dice, where I was talking about like you believe this person but you're bored waiting, maybe that's one version of this story. But then there's probably also like a split collective that resonates with this reading, where they feel like someone is still blocking them. They feel like they're dealing with an avoidant. But honestly, this might actually be, the second row might be talking about the karmic. And I wasn't even going to get the second row at first, but I started to flip more cards. So I don't know. It just seems like very different from the other emoji cards that I got. But I'm going to do some Moonology to see what is it in here that we're supposed to be seeing that will help the story come together more. And also, you guys, if this reading is a bit confusing when it comes to like how it resonates with individual scenarios amongst a main theme, it is Mercury retrograde. So I'm not using that as an excuse, because I'm not the type of person that's afraid to do tarot readings during Mercury retrograde. But I will let you know that recently some of the readings have been a little bit wonky. So hopefully you'll get something out of this one, and hopefully it'll resonate with some people. Okay, you got 4 from this deck. So at the bottom of Moonology, we have a fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. The 15-minute that I'm going to post to might resonate with you, because this card came out in the 15-minute. And the Emperor does represent Aries. We have the Emperor here, and the Two of Wands represents Aries. Cardinal Moon, be bold and make the first move. I would say that that's the masculine's energy. This person who's an Emperor energy, who also is in the Two of Wands, let them make the first move, because that's how you're going to know whether or not they're serious. So don't stress about anything. We have Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. Yeah, I feel like it's important to reflect on why past relationships haven't worked out so well. We do have Six of Swords in the reverse. And also for the bottom row of Ih-moh-jee Oracle, I was kind of feeling like your ex could be who that bottom row is talking about too. So maybe like both you and your soulmate, or this twin flame here, both of you have similar like histories when it comes to toxic relationships. And that's why I feel like you're at a point in your life where you're like, F it, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to be with who I'm supposed to be with. But also at the same time, just letting the universe work out the kinks. We have waning moon, what do you need to release? And we have full moon in Virgo. This is a Virgo reading. You are good enough. So I think people need to understand that even if their person is with another person, or if they're gaining the courage to step out of that, it has nothing to do with your worth. You are good enough. But also this masculine has to have enough self-love to not settle for a person who they're no longer in love with, or a person who's not on their same frequency. And the Two of Cups does represent someone being at your same frequency, being equally yoked or like-minded with someone. So I wasn't going to use Astro Alignment, but something is telling me that I need to use Astro Alignment. Because sometimes your life path number or your natal chart really does explain why your life is the way how it is, especially when it comes to the certain trials that you go through. So I wouldn't be surprised if North Node, South Node, Chiron, Quincux, anything like that came out. But also it could talk about more things about why this masculine was attracted to the karmic. It could also say more things about why the masculine is attracted to you. I'm just thinking about how I have to write a lot of notes for this one, because when I post the clips on Instagram and TikTok, I like to give people like, I take notes as I edit, and then I give people the main takeaways that I took from the reading, even if it has like so many things that it's talking about. But this one, I feel like I'm going to have a lot to narrow down. Okay, we do have cardinal initiation spark vision. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. And I'm out of all those, I'm mostly getting Aries. So because we do have cardinal moon make the first move, if you're worried on whether or not your person is going to make the first move, if they haven't done already, I'm pretty sure they will. I'm a Cancer, I'm a cardinal sign, and one thing about cardinal signs is we may be a bit shifty or moody, or we might change our minds a lot, but we also do know how to commit to things. And it says initiation spark vision, so I feel like with cardinal signs, we could be just as determined as fixed signs, for example, but sometimes we need like the beginning push to set us in the right path. But if you're dealing with the Aries, Aries is known for being a trailblazer, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And then we have Aries, trailblazing, innovative, fearless. We have fifth house ruled by Leo, fun, hobbies, creativity. This came out in the 30 minutes, so it might be a message in there for you as well. We have Gaia, Earth, Nature, Embodiment. I don't know how to find my Gaia placement, but when I see this card, it just makes me feel like someone is trusting the universe and they're trying to ground. We have ninth house ruled by Sagittarius, philosophy, spirituality, knowledge. It could also be that this masculine's soon-to-be ex or their ex didn't really like believe in spirituality as much as you did, or that was something that they felt unequally yoked with. Let's say even if she was spiritual too, maybe she didn't use her, spiritual gifts for high vibrational reasons, or maybe she was just distorted and he resonated with her in a time in his life when he was distorted too. We have full moon, which came out in the 30-minute, culmination, release, illumination. There's a lot of, I know I use the Moonology deck, but there are a lot of different types of moons here too. So I wonder if your moon sign is significant, or if someone has Cancer in their chart. We have Vesta, inner spark, sacrifice, devotion. Okay, that could go with what I said about cardinal signs, because it literally says spark on the cardinal oracle card as well. Should I do Burning Heart Oracle, or should I do angel numbers? Or angels and ancestors? What would be the best oracle deck to go with this situation? You know what? I think I'm going to use golden mantras. And then the messages that come out with this are going to be messages that your person, the masculine, has to realize, but also whatever you have to realize. Because I think both of you are learning equal lessons about what you're putting up with and what you're not going to put up with. And sometimes the Empress can represent the theme of abundance more than it represents a person. So I feel like the abundance will happen once both of you two, it's like you're in the Two of Cups because you're attracted to each other. Like the attraction is there, but also both of you have to heal, and you're probably mirroring each other's healing. I am breaking the generational patterns that once held my lineage behind. Didn't I talk about something about, oh, actually that was the 30-minute. Someone, Virgo people in the 30-minute, they might come from a family where they were told that they have to work extra hard to get the things that they want, which of course you have to work to get what you want, but it's kind of like that energy of being a slave or hustling and just like worshiping the idea of making money but not enjoying what you do or not having time to do anything else. I also feel like because marriage is a theme in this one, maybe someone has generational patterns of people who are stuck in marriages till the day that they die just because they feel obligated to be with that person. Because people, there's a certain stigma towards divorce. We have I honor the beauty of stillness. This is Empress energy, so Divine Feminine is practicing this. We have I value myself in the highest regard, and it shows. So there's also something about getting your confidence up in that solar plexus energy here, because that makes sense with you are good enough, full moon in Virgo coming out as well. So I think those three did a pretty good job of summing up the reading, so I'm not going to get anything else from this deck. And I have 14 minutes left, so I don't know if I'm going to spend the whole 14 minutes charm casting, but let's at least get to 50 minutes with the charm casting, because I could, you know, slow the video down a little bit to at least get to 55, because this is supposed to be a 60-minute horoscope. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to find whatever that is. Let me get a little bit more. So let me try to find whatever charm just fell on the floor. I guess I'm gonna start by showing you the ones that came out in the 30 minutes so you can see the similarities. Okay. So we have the binder paper here. So for this reading, I feel like this is talking about someone getting legal stuff done to finalize a divorce. But also somebody might be giving you a full written letter or drafting a written letter or some sort of message that they want to send to you. We have the Phoenix rising from the ashes, which could represent Scorpio energy or transformation. We have the spirit animal here. So that's one type of synchronicity that a lot of people could be seeing right now. We have the tea kettle, which represents gossip. And again, just like in the 30-minute, I feel like the gossip is coming from the third party. We have the football player fumbling the ball, but this also talks about runner-chaser dynamics, avoidant people. We have the initial E, which came out in the 30-minute. And I was channeling the name Eric in the 30-minute. Okay, so we also have the initial N, the initial M. We have the healing the heart chakra charm, and I think that makes sense with you are good enough coming out. We also have the shadow work charm here, because the cameo, I look at it like cameos are portraits of people, and the white can represent like the higher self, and the black surrounding it is the shadow, but you need both to make up your personality or to make up you. So it could be that someone is doing shadow work, integrating their shadows. We have this one piece that I kept from a 2-piece set. It said best friends, but I kept the ends part because this represents like two best friends ending a friendship. So for some of you, it could have been someone had a karmic best friend that was telling them, trying to block their love life, and somebody's like, in order to make room for this relationship which I value, I gotta let go of karmic friends. Somebody is asking for someone to turn in the keys, or maybe they're gonna turn in the keys. Someone could be even getting a new car, and they just want to have peace in their life right now, and they know that this is causing you distress too, so they're definitely trying to make it up to you. We have the silver platter here, which represents abundance and generational wealth. And we did have a golden mantras about breaking generational cycles. We have Sagittarius, and it says optimist on the back. We have Aquarius, and it says friendly on the back. We have the little piece of the chandelier. So this could represent someone like going out, partying, enjoying their life, needing to balance work and play and not take life so seriously. And okay, so I just heard something about someone liking to go to bars. And again, this masculine, maybe they used to participate in a behavior that the karmic was doing too. But maybe this person is like, okay, you know what? I'm still going to gamble, but I'm going to be sensible about it. I'm still going to drink because I like drinks, but I'm going to be sensible about it. We have the dragon, which represents facing your fears. We have the camera. Okay, I do feel like the karmic has like Page of Swords energy. If she's spiritual, because we have 9th house out here, maybe she could be a person that abuses divination. I know we didn't really see any synchronicities about that, but I just feel that intuitively. This could also be a person that you had to block, but they're like looking at photos of you, they're stalking you. Something about pictures is significant. But also, just light black candles and be careful, because the jar magic charm represents someone knowing what you're trying to manifest and putting something that represents that in a jar and burying it because they want to stop you from getting it. So I do feel like the karmic is witchy. We do have the world, and we have so many places to go. So I think someone is trying to move away. And if you are in a long distance relationship with this masculine, I feel like they do want to move in with you, or have get a new place and then you move in with them. But I do feel like it is going to be a healthy reciprocal relationship. But I do want to say, with this reading, once I open up my personals officially, I would possibly get a personal, because I just feel like there's so many things at stake with this reading, and I don't want you to have high hopes for something that is just very messy. But I do see a lot of green flags as far as the connection that you have with this person. We have the sucker charm here, which represents someone being enamored by you. And usually this comes out a lot with the football player charm. And it's funny because I got both of those charms at the same time. We have the eagle flying from a higher perspective, but we also have the feather here. So when I saw the feather come out, I was hearing the name Ma'at. I looked in the tiles, and Ma'at is in the tiles. So Ma'at is kind of like an Egyptian divine master that has to do with balance and legal things. It's kind of like labor energy. So I think Ma'at is on your spirit team, whether you realize it or not. But there's something significant about feathers. So I don't know if someone has a feather tattoo or they wear feather earrings or something like that. We also have the hot air balloon. This can mean a lot of things, but I think this is talking about someone like really hating the situation that they're in right now and trying to just like go away. And we also have the lightning bolt, which can represent realizations. Sometimes I get Shango energy from this too. We do have Black / African American. So someone who's into like Kemetic spirituality, Ifa could be significant. I see Ifa in the tiles. But also the Tower card has lightning bolts in it. And I feel like this reading is very catastrophic, but it could possibly, you know, like these are all issues that are solvable, but the main takeaway that I took from this is like there's a masculine that's trying to get a lot of legal stuff done in order to finalize a divorce with someone. But I think that's great because a lot of people in situations like this, they kind of stop at the wanting it to happen. I feel like with the Four of Swords in the reverse, someone is realizing what they had to do, and now they're making a plan on what to do. So I think that it's gonna work. With the binder paper and the Ma'at feather, and because I'm picking up on like Egyptian stuff, also someone could be a writer, and I feel like another spirit guide that they connect to is Horus, because Horus in the Divine Masters deck, he's depicted as having an eagle on top of his head, but also Horus is the Divine Master that influences people that like to write. Okay, so hopefully you got something out of this reading. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms. I also have other playlists and videos for you to watch as well. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next one.